So if I remember correctly, I think in spring you said get-off time is what you were working on most.
Yeah.
Do you feel like there's an improvement there from spring to now?
I feel like a slight improvement. Obviously trying to get a get-off from I was probably around like 2.1 seconds to, even trying to get it down to 2.0.
Right.
It's hard to really tell, if you're getting quicker, and that's something that's really hard to improve, even in 0.02 seconds. But I'm doing my best to improve that every day, trying to get a little bit of a movement as I'm catching the ball. So I feel like I've improved slightly, but I've still got work to do.
In a competition setting like you guys have, especially at the punting position this year, it sounds like you guys have a lot of different guys punting right now. 4 different guys. Just talking to Tom, it sounds like at least 4 guys right now.
Yeah.
How much are you, obviously you're focusing on what you're doing, how you're kicking, but how much are you kind of looking over your shoulder and seeing what the other guys are doing too?
I can't really worry about what other guys are doing. I want to help them as much as I can. Whether they win the job or I win the job, it's whatever's best for the team. And I want to be here to support those guys in any way. So obviously I'm watching what they do, not in a sense of are they doing better than me, but in a sense of what can I do to help them out. And I'm sure they're doing the same for me.
How do you feel you've done through the first 4 days?
I feel like I've done well. I've had a few off days, just kind of getting back into the rhythm of everything. After a little bit of a break, having to be here so many hours a day, you kind of get worn down. So I feel like today was the first day I really kind of got my legs back under me, and so I'm starting to feel a lot better now.
You have a good relationship with Alejandro?
I have a great relationship with Alejandro. We're actually roommates.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I was talking to him a little bit earlier, and obviously he's known by most for 2 plays.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years. And I talked to him about his confidence. He said that's one thing that he's been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Where do you feel he's at mentally, given what he's been through and the death threats that he's gotten and stuff like that?
Truthfully, after it all happened, it's not something that you see him wear on his shoulders. I think he took it as well as anyone could handle something like that. The next day he had a smile on his face. He came out, kicked as well as he ever had, and he handles it great, and that's not something that many people could do. I know personally that would be something that would be tough to deal with, but he comes out every day with a smile on his face, and he's one of the best kickers that I've ever had the pleasure of being around.
It's so much different out there versus in there. How do you, I guess for you still don't even really know what it's like in there outside of the spring game. So how do you transition everything that you work on in practice, everything that you do in all these drills to live situation in there?
Well, luckily we have a coaching staff that literally prepares us for any situation possible. Anything you could ever imagine happening out there, we go through in here. So as a sense of transferring that, you feel ready for everything. And if you practice the way that these coaches want you to, you're going to be prepared. And so I feel like it's easy to go into games. Obviously I haven't done it yet, so I can't say it's easy to go in confident, but I feel coming from such a good coaching staff that I'll be prepared if I were the one to step in a game situation.
The life of a kicker and punter is not very glamorous in the sense that you guys don't get talked about much until the game's on the line.
Yeah.
And in the case of Alejandro, it's the 2 kicks that people remember him for.
Yeah.
And it almost seems, I guess a lot of people bring up the point of it seems unfair given the chip system that you're basically picking extra points and going for it on 4th down. You're not getting a lot of reps in lesser pressure situations. So do you feel like it's almost, I guess you have to be ready as a kicker whenever,
yeah.
But do you almost feel like it's unfair at times?
Truthfully, I don't see it as unfair. I love getting to watch our offense play. I want them to score. I want us to put points on the board. I want us to win by touchdowns. So it's kind of nice to kind of sit back and will I get in? And honestly, the way that I approach it is, if I do get the chance, I got to put my defense in the best position possible. And if not, well, then I hope we get this first down, and I hope we can go down and score.
What do you think of Wogan so far? He's obviously getting a lot of attention coming in as one of the top-ranked guys coming in, and I guess given some of the history too, people are eager about a guy like that coming in. What have you seen out of him so far?
He's a good kicker. He's good all around. Obviously, there's a lot of talk about his kickoffs. We haven't gone through a lot of kickoffs yet, but his field goals have been good. He's punting really well. Until we get into real live situations, I'm not really sure how that'll go. But from everything I can see, he's a really talented kicker.
Are you in the mix for kickoffs, or are you just doing punting?
No, I'm just punting this year. Yeah.
All right, man.